everybody. My name's Marley, and I'm a yoga teacher, and I've also been living with Trichotillomania since I was 10 years old. And yoga has been a huge component of my healing journey and my growth journey and my finding my acceptance in Trichotillomania and feeling like I was losing my hair to feel like a little bit of a boss about my hair loss. So, it's always a constant journey. But yoga has been so crucial for me in that process. And I wanted to create this class today because exercise with hair loss can be especially stressful. Whether it's because I'm obviously not wearing a wig right now, but I started off by wearing clip-in extensions and maneuvering what little hair I had over the extension clips and trying to put it up and make it look decent, both for a regular day and for exercise. And I was just always so worried that everything would fall out of place. My hairspray was holding everything together. And I was worried someone would see a clip or a bald spot, or, my hair would come tumbling down and an extension would fall to the floor. And then eventually I found toppers, and toppers were great, except that sometimes I got really sweaty and the clips came off and half of it was falling off. And so then I moved on to wigs, which was this huge new exploration for me. And it was great, except that if my wig wasn't, completely glued to my head and I went up into downward dog, off toppled the wig. And I found some workarounds for all of those things. And if you want to talk strategies, I'm always here. And right now I just decided it's quarantine. I shaved my head. I'm feeling really good about it. It makes me feel really good in my own life, in my exercise life, in my mindfulness life, in my work life. So that's been lovely. But I still want there to be a happy, safe, healthy space for all of us to exercise without having to worry that everybody's looking at us, without worrying that someone's looking at your nose bald spot, or, if a hair is out of place, or if your hair is a different color than it was yesterday, because all of that is badass and awesome, and you are all so kick-ass, and I'm so proud of each and every one of you. And attending other classes is phenomenal, but it can take a lot of guts. And so I wanted this hair loss space to be here so that you knew that we've all got each other's backs and we've all been through it before and we will all go through it again. And I didn't wear a wig today, but I probably will when I teach tomorrow. And, it's just a constant journey. And so I wanted to take today to focus on some mindfulness, some building of confidence, and show you what yoga can do for your hair loss journey if you're new to it, or help nurture that yoga practice within you if you've been here for a while. So I'm going to make my way back to my mat and then we'll get going. So you won't need any particular props today. It's almost 90 degrees here, so I've got a water bottle. Other than that, you just need something to do yoga on. That can be a yoga mat, that can be a blanket, that can be a towel, it can be your hardwood floor or your rug. But if you're using a rug or a hardwood floor, I would have a blanket by you just to help support your knees in some of those uncomfy positions. Also, if you're experiencing any joint pain, blankets can be really helpful for supporting the hips and the hands and the knees. So just a good thing to have nearby. It can just be a couch blanket, it can be a bed blanket, it can be a towel, whatever you've got. And the way that we'll be working this class today is we will start with a meditation, a little bit of a breathing exercise, center ourselves, get ourselves going, and then we'll make our way into some nice, beautiful, luxurious stretches. It's going to be a little bit of a gentle practice today, nothing crazy, just moving our bodies, opening up our hearts and our hips, and twisting out the spine. Things that I found really fruitful in growing into a more confident space in myself and feeling more confident taking up space in the world, because for so often I was just kind of trying to shirk to the sidelines, like I didn't want to be the center of attention because then people might see my hair. But I want you to be the center of attention because you're amazing. So find yourself in a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. I'm going to be using my phone as a timer and also to control the music from here, so don't mind me. And then I invite you to place your palms face down on the lap if you'd like some grounding, if you're feeling floating or you're just having trouble getting settled, if you're looking for some more openness, awareness, or a little bit more faith, I invite you to place your palms open on your lap. That way the energies of the universe or whatever it is that you believe in can flow right into you. I'm trained in Bhakti Yoga, which is the yoga of devotion, so I tend to get pretty spiritual with my yoga practice. I invite you to take what you would like and leave what you don't. No pressure here. But we'll just begin with the 5 rounds of simple breathing. We'll go in through the nose and then a loud, hot, heavy sigh out through the mouth. And allow the breath to really fill up the entire belly, ribs, and chest. And then as you expel that air, feel it rushing out of the body, emptying so completely before you take your next one. So I'll cue the first inhale, exhale, and then 4 more times on your own breath. Ready? Inhale. And exhale. Next, inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears, let your eyes flutter open. Exhale, roll the shoulders down the back. You can keep the palms on the lap, or you can bring your hands to your shoulders and make it a little bit more of an arm circle, whatever feels good. Keep going backwards. Awakening those shoulders. Trying to make sure that we're ready to stand tall. And switching to come forwards. And then just let your left hand float down by your left hip. Right arm up and over, hugging that right ear or almost to it. And just stretch those fingertips out. This was normally the first point in the practice where I would feel my wig start to slip, slip, slip. And that's okay. You know, I've figured out how to get the headband on nice and tight. I have also learned the beauty of a well-made wig. Inhale up. Exhale, reach the left arm up and over. And so I've progressed through my hair journey from purchasing cheaper things that I found on Amazon, which have their time and place, to trying to find the hairpiece that really suits me. And I've realized that the better quality of the hairpiece, also the more likely it is to stay on my head. Inhale up. Exhale, walk your hands behind you. Let your heart shine forward. A little bit of a heart opener here. Place the soles of the feet on the floor and then windshield wiper them from side to side. Now this can be slow, or you can hold on each side, or you can move fast, whatever feels good. Pause with both knees up, walk the hands in, and then let the knees drift over to the left. You want your right knee seated in the sole of the left foot. You're going to bring your arms to what we call cactus arms. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist yourself over to the left, and then bring your hands or even your forearms down to ground, coming to a nice spinal twist. I'm going to flip around so that you can see my torso. This is called seated stag, and in this twist it's really nice because it both opens the heart and twists out the spine, releasing some toxins from the body, and you only come as deep into the twist as feels comfortable for you, staying up or lowering down, looking out a couple inches, and then hold and breathe. So much of yoga is about being in touch with your body and with the breath. And when I started to pull out my hair, I felt very out of touch with my body. I felt very in sync with how my hair felt, but very out of sync with the rest of my body. I wasn't feeling confident, wasn't feeling strong. And in yoga, I learned to move into this position of strength and power and confidence. And the breath control taught me to breathe into those moments of discomfort and find my solid footing. Raising up onto the palms ever so slowly, walk yourself back to face forward. Bring your right hand to your right foot, left hand to your left foot, sit up tall, and then take a little baby counter twist. And then face forward again. Flip around back front so you can see me. Bring your knees back up and then let them drift over to the right. So your left knee is in the sole of your right foot. Arms back to cactus. Inhale, up tall. Exhale, twist. Raising up onto the palms, walking yourself forward, grasping both feet. Take a little baby counter twist. And face forward, bringing both knees up, and then laying down on your backs. Hands by your side, float your left leg up. Intertwine the hands behind the left thigh and just give it a gentle tug towards the chest. This is opening up the backs of the legs, and it's one of my favorite ways to do this stretch because it lets me get a little bit deeper than if I were doing the traditional sit up, knee forward. And keep a slight bend in the knee so it doesn't flop. And then as you're feeling ready, place your left hand on the outside of your left thigh just for a little support, and allow the left thigh to drift open, not dropping. So keeping control in that hip, opening the hips, and using that left hand for support. You can even place your right hand on your right hip to kind of counterbalance you. The hips are a spot in the body where we store a lot of emotion, feeling, and memory, which sounds counterintuitive, right? It's part of your body that isn't your brain. How are your memories there? The hips are such an important piece of our being that we store a lot of what has happened to us there, whether it be good or bad. And so sometimes in these hip openers, you can feel a lot of things. Inhale the leg up. Exhale, use the right hand on the left thigh or left hamstring and allow it to cross over the body. Try and keep both shoulders on the floor, but allow the left hip to drift up. The left foot does not have to meet the floor. You can bend it so the toes can touch if you'd like. And so if you're feeling a lot right now, that's okay. And I invite you to embrace that. But I also invite you to take a break and step back and maybe take child's pose, whatever it is that you need. Yoga isn't about making yourself feel terrible. It's about breathing into your space and your being and feeling like the best version of yourself. Not expecting yourself to get there every day or every moment. Support the leg as it comes up. And then bend the right leg so the sole of the right foot's on the ground. Cross the left ankle below the right knee. Wrap the hands behind the right thigh. Pull the right thigh towards you. This is called reclining pigeon. And it's opening the side of the left hip and the back of the thigh. You can even bring your right foot up towards the sky and take a couple of ankle rolls. If you want to get a little twisty with it, bring your arms out to a T and try and drift over to the right side. So kind of like you're trying to plant the left foot on your right side. And then rock yourself back up, both feet up to the sky, shake it out, Gotta have a little fun, be a little playful, do a little dancing or screaming, whatever you need. Let that left leg come down, right leg stays up, hug it in towards the chest. Wherever feels good for you, I just ask that you don't hold the knee. We don't want to pull the knee in an uncomfortable manner. One of the other things about exercise was that I would sweat more than I normally would because I had my small amount of bio hair tucked under a wig cap and a wig. And so I'm in a 70-degree yoga room or running in the heat and I'm dripping sweat and everyone's like, oh, it's not too hot out. I'm like, yeah, you don't have a wig on. Gently allow the right leg to drift open. It's been interesting now with my head shaved and that it's a lot cooler and breezier, but there's nothing to, gotta wear headbands sometimes to absorb sweat and heat. A variety of things I never thought about before because I didn't think about not having hair, or thought about not having hair loss, but didn't know what it was like. Inhale that leg up. Exhale, cross over. Breathing, sending breath into the parts of the body that you're feeling tension in. Inhale up. Exhale, bend the left knee, bring right ankle below left knee. Hug the left thigh in. Maybe allow your arms to come to a T and your right foot to come down towards the ground. Before scooping yourself back up, kicking out the legs. Take a moment and happy baby. Bring the knees in towards the armpits. Grab the pinky toe edge of the feet with the hands. Rock side to side. Hug the knees into the chest with a few rocks. And then rocking through a seat, coming to table. I was just gonna run into a couch. You can face the same way you were facing. We're gonna take 5 rounds of cat-cow on our own breath. So cow, you inhale, lower the belly, open the chest, look out and up. For cat, you want to exhale and arc your back like a scary Halloween cat. Look down at the belly button. Let's do that 5 times. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale and exhale. Cow to cat. Settling to your neutral spine. Bring your right hand under your left shoulder. Open that left arm up to the sky. Opening the chest and the arms. Breathing here. Lower that left hand down underneath the right shoulder so you're at a crisscross. Inhale, left or right arm up, sorry. Bring both hands down under their respective shoulders. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, thread right arm under left armpit. Come to rest on the right shoulder. And allow the left arm to come out in front of you. This position is called thread the needle. It's about engaging and opening the shoulders. You're stretching back, you're reaching through the hips to open the left shoulder while you're twisting to open the right. When I'm stressed or feeling tense throughout the day and thinking about my hair a lot, my shoulders hold so much of that stress. So I like to open them, bring some lightness. Inhale, plant the left hand under left shoulder, right arm up. Exhale, right hand under right shoulder. Inhale, lift the left. Exhale, thread it under the right. Reaching out. Next inhale, bring the right arm back and left arm up. Exhale, plant that left hand down. Take a few body circles to kind of unwind so you can shift your hips and shoulders from side to side. And then as you're ready, kind of extend forward. I like to bring my hands a little bit forward and roll forward to bring some motion and movement to the wrists. Hit back on the heels. Do 3 in each direction. Beginning to sway. And then we'll settle ourselves into child, touching the big toes together, bringing your knees as wide as your mat. Sit your hips back towards your heels. It's okay if they don't reach. And then reach the arms forward. Let your forehead rest on your mat. If this hurts your knees, you can place a blanket underneath them. Or if it hurts your hips, you can place a blanket in between the bottom and the heels. I like to take a moment here to remove my glasses and then roll my head side to side from twinkle to twinkle. Relaxing and rejuvenating. Finding this grounding with Mother Nature reminds me that there's this greater support system, workings of the universe, allowing myself to give into that and feed myself with its strength. Walking the hands over to the right, bringing in a side body stretch. Remembering to breathe. Walking my hands forward and then all the way over to the left. Inhale, crawl yourself up. Exhale, release the belly down to the ground, coming to lay down on the stomach, bringing your hands flat underneath the shoulders and keeping your feet as wide as your mat, so the tops of the feet are on your mat. Get your elbows in so they're touching your ribs. Take an inhale, crawl your chest up slightly for baby cobra. Take a couple of breaths here, noticing the engagement of the core. Feeling the belly as it lifts with the breath. I love that. Our breath is so powerful. Next, exhale, allow your head to droop down. Inhale, see if you can come up a little higher. Exhale, lower down. We'll do 3 more, only coming to as much of an extension as feels like a good stretch, but doesn't crunch the lower back. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, lowering down. Bring those arms wide. Come up onto the tips of the fingers. Inhale for a wide arm cobra. Hold here. One more inhale. Exhale, lowering down, bringing the hands back underneath the shoulders. And then bring the right knee out in line with the hip. If it's not comfortable totally in line, you can bring it down ever so slightly. And then you want your ankle to line up with the knee, your foot flex. This is called half frog. It's a nice component of a hip opener. Sorry, I'm talking into my mat. That's not helpful. And this hip opener is very nice and gentle. If you're feeling a little loose, it can be a little bit more of a stretch if you're feeling like your hips are really tight. But I like it because it allows me to use the pressure of the floor and the mat to open one hip at a time instead of feeling this huge rush of emotion as I work on the whole hip and pelvic system. Bring that leg back out behind you, and then you'll do the same thing on the left side. So bring left knee in line with left hip, left ankle, right below left knee, left foot flexed. Extend that leg back, raising through table, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. I normally have to walk myself a footprint in here. So if we think about downward dog, your hands are extended out in front of you and you're gripping your mat as though you're like a gecko with sticky pads on your fingertips. So you want each and every fingertip firmly pressing in. And you're not forward, you're extending through the shoulders. Lifting those hips, that booty up to the sky. You can even give it a little shake. Your heels are tracking towards the ground, but they don't have to make it there. The shoulder extension is much more important than your heels coming all the way to the ground. You can even take a slight bend in the knees or alternate bending one knee and then the other in what's called walking the dog. Let's take 3 more rounds of breath here. Remembering that child's pose is always available. Inhale, lift up onto the toes. Exhale, step your feet to your hands. It might take a couple of steps there, and that's okay. Allow the knees to bend so that the hands touch the floor, head hangs heavy. And then see if you can straighten the left leg just a little bit, opening up that IT band. Bend the left knee again and see if you can straighten the right. And bend. Keeping a little bit of a bend in the knees, but straightening them slightly. So it's whatever feels good for your body. This is where I'm at for reference. Grabbing opposite elbows with opposite hands, allow yourself to be dragged down by the weight of the upper body in ragdoll. Inhale, release the arms, sweeping up towards the sky, like you're reaching for the sun. Exhale, hands by the sides. You're gonna do a nice side body stretch now. Sorry, I gotta fix my pants. Not only do my wigs fall off, but the pants fall down. This whole exercise is hard. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, catch the right wrist with the left hand. Step left foot behind right, arch up and over, side body. Inhale. Exhale, arch to the other side, catching the left wrist with the right hand this time. lower those arms, shake your body out, give yourself a little dance. Bring your feet wider than the hips. We're gonna come to goddess toss. So if you'd like to listen to the explanation before going into the squat, totally support. If you want an extra thigh and quad engagement, feel free to come down to a wide-legged squat here now. We'll be bringing our arms back to this cactus position, also goddess arms for goddess. So this is our strong goddess posture. You've got your chest open, your heart open, feeling powerful and strong. We're gonna do a series of breath exercises here. The first 3 breaths are gonna be about all feeling where you're at. Whatever feelings are going on in your heart, in your mind, in your body, about your hair, about your life, about the pandemic, whatever you need to get out, you are going to let loose with these breaths. You'll inhale, stand up tall. Exhale, come down to the squat with the arms, but you'll release your exhale with a as loud as you want. I'm in your ear, so I'm not gonna say. We'll do that 3 times. Then we'll do the same thing. Inhale up, exhale, But I want you to channel that energy, that fear, that excitement, that nervousness, anxiety, whatever it is, into your own personal power. Because you're so powerful and you've got this. And so take everything that you're feeling and use it to fuel yourself. So first 3, feel all the feels. Second 3, get your confidence kickstarted. And it's okay if you're not there today. It's always okay. Some days are just kind of shitty, and that's okay. But we want to try and make them a little bit better if we can. I'll cue all inhales, and then we'll exhale with a huh. Ready? Everybody inhale. Inhale. Now we're going to channel that confidence. Inhale. 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 And then give yourself a little twist to the left. Twist to the right. Come back to center. Dip left elbow towards left knee. And right elbow towards right knee. Just giving our body a little shake. Arms behind the head. Stretch those elbows back towards each other, opening the chest, stretching the shoulders. And then bring them together. Curve the belly. Release your hands, stand up straight, you're a star. And then fold down, wide-legged fold. If your hands comfortably come towards the floor, you can lift the fingertips towards toes and walk yourself back. Hands back underneath the shoulders, slip your toes to face forward, and widen your stance slightly. Give yourself a bend in the left leg to open up the inside of the right leg. Maybe your head droops down, maybe it stays up tall, maybe you walk your arms out. Next inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, bend the right. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, stand up tall. Exhale, release. Flip your left toes so that they're perpendicular to the front of the mat. And then bring your right foot in a couple of footprints and turn the right toes in about 45 degrees. Shift your hips so that they're facing the front of your mat. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale, fold forward over that left leg. When you're ready, come up onto the ball of the right foot and lower the knee down to the ground. Come onto the top of the right foot. Inhale, bring the arms long and allow yourself to deepen the stretch in the pelvis. We're in a low lunge here, so it's safe for your knee to come over your ankle. And you want to think about inhaling up tall, exhale, arcing back. So you're not crunching in the back. You're growing tall and arcing up. I love this one because it's a crescent lunge, so it's all about that lunar energy, and the moon is associated with our femininity, and hair loss and femininity can be a real struggle. And so I love doing this crescent lunge and getting in touch with my core femininity and knowing that I'm bald, I'm feminine, and I love all of it. Well, most days. Some days not so much. It happens. And then stretching back, lengthening through the left leg. Inhale forward, back to your crescent lunge. Exhale, stretch back through the left leg. One more time. Inhale, reach for the moon. Exhale, fold down towards Mother Nature. Inhale, come forward, back into that lunge again. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. Straighten the left leg. We're gonna flip into the opposite direction now. So walk your torso and flip your right heel down. Then we're gonna walk the left toes in 45 degrees and walk ourselves over so our right toes are perpendicular to the back of our mat. Stretching over that right leg. Coming up onto the ball of the left foot, lowering the left knee down and the top of the left foot. Coming into that crescent lunge on the right side. And then stretching back. Inhale to crescent. Exhale to fold. One more time. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, fold. Coming forward. Tuck the left toes. Lift the left knee. Walk yourself around to center. Let yourself release down. Bring your hands to your hips. Stand up tall. Make your way to a comfortable seat, soles of the feet touching. I'm going to change our music. Just give me one moment. Come on. There we go. Okay. So a couple of ways that you can do butterfly. You can either grasp the ankles, grow the chest tall, and fold forward. You can hold on to toes. You can place your hands in front of you and use the traction with the floor to pull you down. Or, my personal favorite that I'm currently loving is scooping my hands underneath my ankles to wrap them around my feet and my ankles. Inhale tall. Exhale, use that traction, counter, words are hard. Pull yourself down towards your ankles. Stretch yourself out. If you've ever taken a class with me before, I talk a lot and I'm awkward. And that's just the way class is going. Inhale up tall. Exhale, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring your right elbow to your left knee and your left hand behind your left hip. Give yourself a nice deep twist. In these twists, your inhales grow the spine tall, your exhales twist you a little deeper. Twist back through center and take a small counter twist. And then come back to center, switch your setup. So your right ankle is crossed over your left knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Twisting around over to the right. Come to a baby counter twist. And back through center. Find your way to a comfortable seat. The thing I love about twists and counter twists is that yoga is all about balance. It's about the positive and the negative, the stretch and the strength, the holding of the breath at the top and the release of the breath at the bottom, the fluidity, but also the pauses. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful complexities And I think they can be ever so helpful. We're gonna do a little bit of a head massage now before we make our way down into our mats for our final stretch. And if you have essential oils with you, I invite you to use them now. You don't have to have them though, they're just kind of nice. The one that I have right here is a calming blend. It's a mixture of rosemary, lavender, and peach. One of my favorites. It can be a little strong for some people. Now, I don't necessarily like to roll essential oils right onto my temples because it can be a little close to my eye. Just for my eyes, they like to water sometimes. So I actually just roll the oils onto my fingertips. And then, whether you have oils or not, I invite you to join me in this head massage. You'll bring your fingers to your temples, so your pointer fingers to your temples, your thumbs underneath the jaw, and just roll forward about 3 times over the temples. It can either be just in this small spot, or you can make it even bigger. And then backwards. Our heads deserve a lot of love. Then come up over the brow bone, down the nose, and across the cheek, sweeping under the eyes, and down the jaw. Then I come back up the jaw and swoop behind the ears, going up to the crown of the head. Sorry, my computer's not up tall enough. And down the back. And then you can even come onto the neck and do a couple of circles forward and backward, just right where the neck meets the shoulders. And then I just take my fingernails and ever so lightly trail up the back of the head and down along the hairline. I spend so much time stressing about my hair and my head that sometimes I forget to show it a little extra love. And these gentle head massages do so much. They're also great for making friends, family, and partners do for you. So if you've got someone around, tell them they owe you a head massage. We'll settle into our yoga nidra, our guided meditation now. So finding a position that feels most comfortable for you. I'll put on our final meditative music. For some people, they prefer to stay seated for a guided meditation. Still others like to lay down in shavasana. So you can spread your legs wide, bring your hands open, settle your shoulder blades into the floor. The nice thing about having the palms open is that you can feel the air and energy around you. Alternatively, it can be nice to lay one hand on the belly and one on the chest or heart to feel the progression of the breath in and out of the body. If you'd like a gentle hip opener while you're here, you can come to reclining Baddha Konasana or reclining butterfly, where the soles of the feet touch. Now I invite you to just relax and listen to my voice as I guide you through a meditation of relaxation. Our bodies, minds, and souls are strong and beautiful, but stressed and often scared or anxious or tense. You are worthy of love. You are strong. You are beautiful inside and out. I invite this mantra of you are beautiful, you are strong, and you are worthy of love, both from yourself and from others, to wash over you with the inhales as we invite new breath in. And with your exhales, allow that which no longer serves you to exit the body. Inhale your strength and love. Exhale, release that which no longer serves you. Continuing this slow pattern of breath, allow your attention to slowly and softly drift the toes, massaging through each toe, over the balls of the feet, through the sole, patting the heels, swirling around the ankles. Allow your awareness to massage up the shins and down the calves, releasing the muscles, swirling in the knees to pad the tendons there, trickling up the thighs and back down, releasing the tension in the muscles from our building of strength. Think, relax, as you allow the legs and feet to relax completely, melting into the floor, releasing. Think, relax, as this energy swirls into the hips, pulling them down into the mat, allowing them to gently open, releasing any tension. Think, relax, as your energy massages through the lower back, making its way up the spine to the upper back and shoulders. Think, relax, as it massages along the neck, allowing it to lengthen so that the chin dips. Think, relax, as your energy washes over the shoulders, loosening and releasing them into your mat. Think, relax, as your energy trickles through the upper arms, swirls in the elbows, and massages through the forearms. Think, relax, as your energy fills the palms with light and self-love. Allow this to trickle through the tip of each and every finger. And from those fingertips, allow the wisps of self-doubt, anxiety, fear, tension, and sadness to float away. Your next inhale brings in clean, new energy, swirling in love, strength, and confidence. As this energy trickles up through the arms and into the chest, it surrounds the heart and fills it with light and love. Think, relax, as the chest opens and your energy provides air to the lungs and relaxes the stomach, which we so often think of as in knots. Think, relax, as you feel your body release from the neck down. Think, let go, as the jaw loosens. The tongue falls away from the roof of the mouth, and your energy massages the jawbone, under the eyes, over the brow bone and around the temple, releasing tension from the head and the mind. Think, let go as you feel yourself at peace. Just breathe as you allow these few images to float across your mind. The color blue, yourself standing tall and strong. You going confidently into your next adventure. A cool breeze trickling across your shoulder. Grass spongy underneath your toes. The sound of water somewhere in the distance. The sun shining. You smiling. The color purple. Just breathe. Bringing the conscious thought back to the breath. Begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. And as you're ready, pushing yourself into a comfortable seated position. Eyes closed or softly gazing at the floor in front of you. Fill yourself with gratitude for your practice today. Let your mantra of I am confident, I am strong, I am worthy of the love of myself and of others to fill you mind, body, and soul. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. It has been an absolute honor. By the mercy of my teachers, the light within me honors the light within all of you. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. This has been a really lovely opportunity for me, and I hope to meet you all on your mats again. Have a great night.